guys all for coming out. Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Brooke
and Danielle, and we're all here on a fabulous Saturday in the middle of New York City, which is kind of cool for the gals.
Oh, I'd say.
I am so pumped. This is so exciting for us because we're literally recording this podcast episode. We've done so many live shows, but this is the first time we're recording it. So everything we say, we're like, all right,
it's out there.
It's out there.
Thank you guys for braving the heat and coming out here today. We are so excited. We're working with Fresh Beauty on this. They've been a dream to work with.
I mean, it's so on brand for Gals on the Go podcast. Like things that just make sense. We are celebrating their beautiful rose collection that you guys are going to get free samples of. It's seriously amazing between the toner, the face cream, the face cleanser. Like, it's the perfect beauty routine, really.
I'd say.
And it's just, so iconic that you guys are here. So thank you so much for waiting. I know it's, really hot out, but I feel like that's part of the experience, right? Like, summer in the city.
How many of you guys, live in New York and you just, walked over here, did your hot girl walks? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, so probably, 3/4. All right.
That's what we wanted. I see some, Lululemon belt bags.
Yes. Who's doing Danielle's, 10K challenge? 10K steps.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Every day of June, we're hitting 10,000 steps, which honestly, living in this city, we're blessed because you can just walk to run all of your errands, no problem. So it's been fun. You should join me.
I feel like I unintentionally.
You probably just hit it.
And the other day I was like, 12,000, say less. Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes you can just get the 10,000 steps walking around your apartment.
Yeah, it just depends. I mean, if you're active.
If
is
you're
it a bedrock day or is it I'm going to try to do something today?
Literally.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this like a normal podcast. We're going to do a little ketchup and mustard, all the things. So, Brooke, you've kind of had a wild last few days.
I know. I feel like I'm so cryptic on my Instagram stories. I'm ambulance, but I'm okay. I love jarring everybody with this. And that was me with my condo. I was like, hi, I moved.
I bought a condo.
I dropped it just on a random.
Yeah.
That's me as a person.
Of course.
I'm very much so this happened.
But I'm okay.
Well, as we all know, it's hot, so I hope everybody's beating the heat and hydrating up. I'm a girly who, I pass out. And if you know, I feel like there's two types of people in the world. There's people who, experience this and people who don't. And I hope that most of you don't. I feel like it was a thing that happened to me more, growing up and whatnot.
You were passed around.
Dehydrated. Yeah. So I was at dinner with my wonderful manager, Zach, over here somewhere. He took great care of me. Oh, my gosh. We finished our dinner, and I just, felt a wave hit me. And I knew the clock had started. I was I have 30 minutes till pass out.
So you just feel you were suddenly I'm not myself?
Yes. All of a sudden I was oh my gosh, I feel unwell. You start seeing it's just dark and these stars and you're oh my gosh, I feel not okay. And that's why you have to hydrate. See, my problem was I drank 1 glass of water that entire day. And I think I'm invincible sometimes. I'm sure maybe some of you can relate. You're water? Who? I don't need her.
Yeah, no, you're a tank. Well, you always pride yourself in how you never have to pee. So
exactly.
You're I also don't drink water. So
yeah, this was a lesson learned. And
maybe you'll have a sip of that later.
Yeah, and things with electrolytes in them. I'm not an athlete. Why do I need these electrolytes? I see the reasonable use for electrolyte drinks now.
You know what I'm thinking? So Brooke texted me. I'm at a dinner, and I was texting her about something. She's hi, I'm okay, but I passed out at dinner, and I'm oh my gosh. Immediately, I'm this is gonna ruin the tour. Do you guys know this Justin Timberlake meme happening? I'm oh my god. Immediately
it's destroyed.
So Brooke's been in training for the last 24 hours preparing for this moment.
Yeah, like an athlete.
Yeah,
preparation. Carb loading, a marathon.
Oh yeah. No, I woke up yesterday and you're drinking your electrolytes. She has a crossbody water bottle on yesterday.
It's a canteen.
You were ready to go, and hey, that's dedication. You're such a dedicated person. Brooke's no, I will be podcasting and meatpacking tomorrow with Fresh Beauty. That's what's happening.
And the thing about me is that I do love attention.
Do you? Is that an Aries thing? I feel everyone likes a little attention.
Some people really don't. They're please.
Actually, you're right. My best friend Delaney hates her birthday. But it was her birthday last week.
Yeah. Happy belated.
Happy belated. We just gave her so much attention. No, but you're right. There are people that actually don't want everything about them.
However, in this case, I did not want, because when you pass out and you wake up and everybody in the restaurant is around you and you know you ruined everybody's dinner, that's tragic. I don't want that to hopefully I gave him some content to talk about, but
That's so
I
funny
feel
though.
like I came back to consciousness in this restaurant, and I was like, this is a massive misunderstanding. I'm so sorry, everybody. And they were like, no, you just passed out.
Misunderstanding? That's so people pleaser of you.
Oh, no, it's very jealous code.
That's really funny. So you were down, you woke up, there's like everyone's heads
Everyone's
over
around me, they're asking me questions, you know, they're like, oh, do you have this? What's happening? Who's with you? So, you know, Zach, I'm like, I claim her.
I'm with her. Is there a doctor in the room? Like,
I'm her legal guardian. No, actually, and then in the corner they start calling the ambulance. I was like, don't call the ambulance. Have you guys ever been taught that like calling an ambulance is like $1 million? I feel like I was taught
you
that. So I was
don't
like,
get in the
no,
car.
I'm fine. I don't need an ambulance. No,
We'll tell them what you said. This is so
the
funny.
ambulance comes, they like check my vitals, whatever. They're like, okay, I mean your vitals are fine. I was like, I know, just let me go home. Like, I was like, it would be a massive waste of resources to bring me to the hospital. And then they were like, she's good to go.
Yeah,
She
she
can
used
go.
big words, she can go.
Yeah.
Like, it would be a waste of resources if you brought me to
I'm
it.
also not trying to go to the hospital. Like that's not. You know,
Sounds
some people
miserable.
are like, oh, I should go. I'm like, I'm not trying to avoid that at all.
Yeah, I
So,
actually would rather be in my bed and just sleep it off and like, we're all
Of course.
good.
Yeah. So I went home. Zach took me home. You know, my boyfriend took care of me. Whatever. I'm fine. Anyways, we're here. The lesson is to drink water, drink
Yes.
electrolytes. Especially if you're drinking, you know, maybe some alcohol. You gotta just take care of yourself.
No, totally. Can we say it's funny now though?
Oh, it's hysterical. Oh, no, I was able to recognize the humor in it like 2 hours later.
You were like, I'm good. Yeah, you were posting like stories, Snapchats. You're like, yeah, guys, I'm actually all
What a
good.
day.
No, I mean, living in New York, there's always something that happens, whether it's a hot restaurant or I actually was on the subway yesterday and we were headed up to the good old baseball games. I'm such like a sports girl.
You're so Danny.
Danny and the boys.
Danny goes to baseball
Yeah,
games.
just throw on my like little white tee.
I know
and
you
some
drank a beer. I just know you did.
I actually didn't.
Really?
It's so crazy. I
What-
know. I just really drink water. I know.
Yeah,
Normally I would
yeah.
have like a beer with the boys, but anyways, we were on our way there on the train, of course, as we do. And the train stopped, which is so normal if you live in the city, obviously. But it was just like taking a little bit longer than usual. And they were like, "Oh, there's a train stopped on whatever street." And we come to find out, this is like such a crazy story, that there was a guy in one of the train carts that kept pulling the emergency brake. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys. And he wasn't saying why. And so he'd wait, no one would come, whatever. They'd go, pulled it again. So they're like, all right, we gotta call the police. What's going on? And they go, "Sir, why do you keep pulling the emergency brake?" And he was like, "My pet snake, it's stuck under the seat."
No.
And they were like,
No.
"I'm sorry, can you even literally?"
I'm immediately up. I'm sorry. If you have a pet snake, you need help. Like, I'm sorry, who has pet snakes?
Maybe like when you were younger, but like at this point, mind you.
And you're just carrying them around with you on the subway? Like,
No.
snakes on a train?
Well, so then they're like, "Do you have snakes right now?" And he pulls 2 snakes out of his backpack. Seriously. And they're like, "Can you even have that?" He pulls out his snake permit. And my friends were there. I actually didn't see this, but my friends were telling me the story, and I was like, I have to talk about this on Gals on the Go because this is so funny. And they were like, "Oh my god, okay, I guess we have to approve of this." But then he's like, "No, but my other snake, my baby snake, is under the bench." And so then they had to figure that all out. But these are just things that happen in New York City, you know?
But, like, absolutely not. Like, I
But, like,
don't seem like I'm trying to find reasonable. Like, I understand if you have them, you have to transport them. Like, what, you gotta take them to the vet or whatever. But,
Yeah.
like, what? No. I feel like I shouldn't be sharing subway space with 3 snakes. Like, that doesn't
No.
sound right.
Everyone was like so scared, and my friends were saying, they were like, "We didn't know if we should leave and get like an Uber or like should we see this through? Like this is so funny."
It's a great story.
It's
for
hysterical.
sure.
I mean, I'm telling it now on a podcast to thousands of people. So I mean,
And then it ended up, they found the baby
That's
snake.
that's where the story gets a little like.
Okay.
But yeah,
Was the snake, like, around the, like, it was
they
lost?
never saw. They saw the 2 snakes in the backpack, but they just didn't see the baby snake that was stuck under the seat, aka why he kept pulling the emergency, right? No, I know.
So he was loose.
He was loose. There's a snake. There's a snake in my boot.
Yeah, literally loose baby snake on the. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
know.
No.
No, can do. But yeah, it's a beautiful weekend in New York. I mean, obviously it's hot, but we're so happy it's not raining. Like when it rains, I'm immediately in a bad mood. I don't know if anyone else is the same way. If there's a drop of wetness on me, I'm like, I am having a terrible day.
Oh, that's when I cue up like the sad playlist. I pretend like I'm going through like a time. I'm like, oh,
course.
like what?
Yeah,
Music, being head on the window, like,
listening to like Adele.
Yeah.
Like hello, you know, like whatever really works. But are you doing anything else this weekend, or like is this like?
This was the see. This is where we vary. I have one big activity a weekend. Like, we're here.
No, this is a big deal.
This is a big activity.
This is a big activity. This is our all-day activity.
This is my weekend. Like, maybe I'll do a workout class tomorrow. Like, I'm very
wow.
much so, like, big activities. Like, I need, like, days around the big activities to,
balance.
like, come back to... Well, I need to charge up the social battery. You know how it is.
Yeah. We were charging up our social battery before this. We're like, all right, the gals have to perform. We have to give what we need. Because it means a lot to us that you guys are here. Seriously, like...
I want to give you everything. But you are the opposite of me with the social... Like, not social plans, just plans in general. I feel like so, like,
I know.
You probably have plans tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow. I know you do. She's laughing and she does.
Well, I was like, I'm getting my hair and makeup done. Like, I have to hit the town.
Oh, so
I'm hopefully going to dinner with my friends.
Oh, that's fine.
But we haven't made a reservation yet because that's a whole other thing. I can't. I hate making reservations in this city. All the cool restaurants, it's so hard to get into, and I can't care anymore.
I've heard, well, Brian Kelly kind of told us, like, AI can do a lot of these things now. I think you have to, like, I don't really know, you have to get, like,
there's all these apps, and I'm like, is that ethical? Like, I don't know, that's where I draw my line.
Yeah,
like, I don't know why.
Cheating the restaurant reservations.
I got, what are the Don Angie reservation? Like, is that, like, bad if I get a Don Angie reservation through an AI bot? Like, I don't know anymore. Where do we draw the line?
They're still getting it. They're just claiming it. That, like, everyone's doing it. That's the only way to do it, from what I understand.
All right, if we're all
I don't know what, I have no
I don't know. But yeah, so dinner tonight, and then there's this really cool app that, like, lets you book hotel pools, so...
Oh, yeah!
Pool tomorrow, getting
That's
the tan.
so you.
Like, leave it to me.
Yeah, you're like...
Leave it to me to find a pool in New York, like, that I'm like, I need to tan, because I'm not self-tanning until September. It's like a rule I have with myself. I don't know.
The new 10K
yes, we have 10K, and then we have self-tan, or no self-tan, until September. But yeah, thank you again to Fresh Beauty. Also, by the way, there's a beautiful Sephora presentation over there. You can see all the products on the windows, and we're so grateful to them. And you can shop all the products as well. Of course, at Sephora. I just saw it on the corner of my eye and thought
I think that's where I first shopped. Like, OG YouTube hauls, like Sephora haul, Fresh Beauty, like that.
Oh, literally. It was like the face cleanser. It was the lip balm. Oh my gosh. Like, and the lip scrub. It was like, I have to, like, that was like a big moment when you can go to Sephora and purchase Fresh Beauty.
Uh-huh. And I feel like it's like natural, like glam, you know, like it's not, so it was like the first products you were like allowed to wear. You're like, tinted lip balm.
Yes, like the tinted lip balm. It's like, and actually you can use it as blush too. You can pop the SLT like on your cheeks and make a little blush moment. We love them all taste. I feel like I'm just like a cute little girly that actually wears no makeup, and I just like pop some rouge on my lips.
Just a little blush.
Yeah.
I don't need anything else.
I don't have to
like a full bead.
Yeah, but meanwhile, like, we are full bead right now.
I have lashes on, like I'm fully done up.
We're locked in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hope so. I don't know. We're gonna see after this. I'm gonna have like mascara on my eyes, but like it's okay. We're moisturized. We are hydrated.
Oh, I'd say so. I feel like it's important. Like you might think winter hydration. Like I think of that, so you get like the chapped skin. But I feel like in the summer it's equally as important.
It's so important because it can still get dry and like gross and like for sunburn even like. Guys, also by the way, I don't know how Ariana Grande does all these snatched ponytails. I'm in pain right now.
It's like a headache pain?
Not in pain. I'm drama. There's just like one bobby pin saying, hey Danielle. So I don't know how she does it. I don't know how the girlies do this all the time.
You are channeling Ariana Grande.
I know, I'm Glinda.
Wait, you so are, because you're wearing like a wedge. Yeah, with a flowy dress.
Wait, you're so ready. And then you did,
But Ariana Grande circa that album, like 2014, what was that one?
Oh gosh, you gotta train me on discography here.
Like it was the one when she had like the bunny ears on the cover.
Old
Ari.
Someone here is just going to scream it. They're like, "Come on!" Yeah. I feel like you guys probably feel this way when you're listening to our podcast and we're like trying to think of the name of something, and you guys are like, "It's this, it's that." That's how I feel when I'm listening to other podcasts. 100%. It's like, "Oh, gals!" Like, and then we get messages like, "I was screaming in the car."
Or I've seen the trend now. It's like, my friends told me something, and it's like the friends, and it's like a picture of our podcast.
Oh yeah, or like
I constantly do that. I forgot where I heard it.
Or I was reading somewhere that, and it's like literally Gals on the Go podcast, or like going on TikTok, whatever.
Or an article. That's so me. I'll say something to my boyfriend. He's like, "Oh, I read about that in an article." I'm like, "I saw TikTok about that, and that's why we are the way we."
And that's why. But sometimes I feel like people don't admit it, and they actually saw it on TikTok, but they want to say that they read it or watched a documentary.
Because it sounds more like intellectual.
Yeah, and like, more power to you, but what's the ethicality on that? So let's talk beauty for a second. Let's talk routines.
You're the queen of routines. Zach and I were joking around the other day because Danielle does amazing series. If you didn't know,
AM Uncovered.
We're joking around what's Zach was like, oh, you could do PM Uncovered, and I said, no, I should do BM Uncovered.
Brooke Video Uncovered. No, I'm obsessed.
No, but you are so that is true to you because you love a routine.
Yeah,
I
love
you
a routine.
You've always been that way, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So tell me about your routine.
Well, so in the morning, we're going to do a little bit of everything. See, I wake up, I go make my coffee, and as some of you probably know this already, as my coffee's being made, I have however many seconds, 45 seconds while my Keurig's going, to go make my bed. If it doesn't happen in that moment, my bed will not get made.
It's a good challenge.
It's a 10K club. We gotta have some challenges around here. So
it's a game. I do like a game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
So while my coffee's being made, I go make my bed immediately, open the curtains, because if my bed's not made, do you guys feel this way? You just don't feel like your life's together. Everything's a mess. I start throwing things everywhere, whereas if your bed's made, everything changes. So we do that, and then we head on into the bathroom. I wasn't always good at washing my face in the morning. I always wash my face at night. But I was recently told that it's important to wash your face off in the morning too, to wash off the product that you had the night before, so your new product can soak in, and it changed my life.
Really? You never did that before?
No.
Would you ever wet your face or anything? No, just not you would just.
I would use really not.
Yeah.
So now I wash my face. We got the soy cleanser, and then I go in. I use the rose toner. It literally feels so good on your skin. It smells unreal. You can see the roses in the bottle.
Uh-huh.
I use that, and then I go in with the rose face cream, and it really just hydrates. It plumps. It looks so good. And then that's kind of just my go. If I'm going to the gym or something, I just do that. And then I usually go to Pilates, and that's my morning. And I get a smoothie after.
This is so perfect.
I love it. I love talking about routines.
Yeah, you're getting all giddy.
How about you?
Romanticize your life.
Of course, literally.
Yeah, I have a very big skincare, even just to go I'm a little more simple these days, but I feel like I'm still moving into my place.
Yeah, you're still
whatever. So I'm still on the going out to get a coffee every morning versus just making myself.
Hey, and I like that.
But I'm oh, nothing's set up yet. I should just go out and get my coffee.
Of course.
Yeah, but I will wake up and still do my skincare, of course. I feel like I always.
You've always been good about skincare.
Oh.
Always.
Okay.
I didn't always wash my face till now.
I feel like even if I don't.
Sounds of the city.
Yeah, we're live.
Seeing a taxi while we're recording the podcast is kind of the most iconic thing ever.
It's kind of.
Sorry to interrupt. That's just so cool. I'm in New York. Carrie Bradshaw.
No, I love it. So I would say, even if I'm not washing my face in the morning, I do just splash some water. It also just wakes you up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm up. Get some water on that. And the toner is amazing because I feel like a lot of toners you might traditionally think strips your skin.
Yeah.
This one adds moisture back in.
Yeah. It's not what you think. Yeah.
Rose toner because it has hyaluronic acid, so it's just it's adding some plump to your skin. And then I go in with rose cream as well from Fresh Beauty. And I feel then I go to a coffee shop. I'm still that's right now. This is my favorite part of my morning is exploring the neighborhood, finding my coffee shop.
Oh, that's really fun.
I feel like I've been just trying to go to everyone in the I don't know, within 0.2 miles.
Are you trying to be a regular?
I am a regular at one. He recognizes me.
He already knows you.
He doesn't queue up the order, but he we make eye contact and he's
yeah.
He told me to get the app of this place.
Oh, so you can order ahead and do all the things.
He was you should get the app because you get points, and I was points guy. I'm in.
No, we're new points guy. Ever since we had Brian Kelly, the points guy on our podcast, we're oh, points, we're there. New credit card, we're there.
Obsessed.
We're learning so much.
Yeah, new fixation.
Yeah, it's fixation.
It's good to have a project. So I'm not as regimented with the morning routine. I feel as you are, but
I'm not but I have my things I do like.
Yeah. Well, I just started making my bed and other things. I finally got my bed.
And I feel that's the whole thing when you live with your boyfriend now. Who makes the bed? Is it whoever's out last?
And it's me because he wakes up and
right.
out of there early.
I feel that's the rule. Whoever's out of the bed last, you have to make the bed.
Yeah. Do you have something you want to talk about? Is it usually?
I'm always making the bed.
But aren't you?
I live alone too. Remember, I do make the bed.
Yeah, well,
when you live alone,
it'd
be really exciting if I got in the shower and I came out and my bed was made. That would be a cool trick.
I have been seeing speaking of tricks, these self-tying garbage bins.
You're joking.
It's only little ones, I think. And it's like you have to get, I'm sure the specific kind of trash bag, and like, it has to be all compatible. But I have seen it, and it's like a robot that kind of ties it for you.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Like that's not the worst part for me. The worst part is carrying it outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
The actual time.
Or pulling it out of the bin. You're like, oh, and like there's juices.
Oh yeah, the liquids. Your smoothie from yesterday is leaking from the bottom.
Literally, there's definitely a smoothie down there. Oh, well, I love to talk beauty routines.
Yeah. What about your night routine then?
Night routine is not as set, 'cause I feel like nighttime you could be out, so then you come back and it's like bare minimum. I'm washing my face, moisturizer. We're using face cream, and then I like to make hot tea before bed, and like kind of helps you wind down. Or I'll take some magnesium, calm down, and then I read 2 pages, and then I fall asleep and I go to bed. How about you?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. No, I do feel that way. It depends if I'm social or not.
Yeah.
Is it my one day a week I'm doing something?
Right,
Or
exactly.
If it is, the last time my PM routine, Zach had to carry me home and I got no.
Brooke's routine is passing out. Okay.
Yeah. And then someone will carry you home.
Yeah, someone will. You'll make a new friend.
I feel like I like to settle into bed like a little early. Like give myself a little bit of time. I have like the light changing bulbs, so I'll do like the warm mood lightings, and
like red lights.
Yes, and I actually do like to take my makeup off like significantly before I like begin my wind down. Like I'll almost take my makeup off and then like chill on the couch for an hour or two. And then
and then you do the rest.
Yeah,
I like that.
I kind of like that. I feel like it lets my skin breathe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So then, adding the moisture back in with the rose cream. So
add it back in, baby.
Add it back in. I have dry skin, so like these products are like perfect for me.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Okay, so we're going to do a segment called Pick a Petal, where we're going to pick advice questions that I don't know if any of you guys did, but we got lots of great submissions of advice questions about friends, relationships, life, and we kind of picked them to answer them and pick a petal and answer.
It's like a rose petal.
It's like a rose petal.
Yeah.
Obsessed. So do you want to start us off, Brooke? Ask us the first question?
Sure. Okay, we kind of broke these up into categories, but let's do this. Brian. I'm joking. Advice on traveling with your boyfriend. What are good destinations? City trip, beach holiday, or road trip? Just advice on traveling together in general. Do you remember like the first trip you guys did or anything?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we won't get into it, but I feel like the biggest thing is like the bathrooms. You're like, oh, what am I going to use the bathroom? Which
you have to scope out the lobby.
The lobby bathroom will be your best friend in that one.
Just for your own comfort.
Yeah. Just like chill, like have your own moment.
If you want that.
If you want.
People don't care. The sliding door sometimes can be troubling.
Yeah.
Like it's.
The sliding doors are tough because there's always like a little space.
You kind of see through.
The best is like when you're in the shower and I'm just gonna do my business. But also they were asking like if it should be a city trip, a beach, holiday, or road trip. I feel like you've done a lot of beach trips with Ben, which is fun.
Yeah,
like tropical destination. Yeah.
Beach.
Oh
yeah. Pool trips.
Brooke does not go to the beach, but tropical
pool trips.
Pool trips.
Yeah, warm weather. That was like some of our first. I feel like also for the first like few trips, maybe pick something that's not too crazy of a I wouldn't advise going backpacking through Europe. The first trip together, but that's just from experience. I think you need to like warm up to to get to that point of like comfort with someone and like trust. I think start low level. Like we would do like
maybe like a weekend trip to
upstate.
Nashville or upstate.
Oh, sure.
If you like country music like upstate or like
to Florida,
like Disney. I feel like actually I don't know.
You need to. That's a test.
That's a test actually because you're waiting in line and you gotta like not hate each other. Yeah.
You gotta be patient.
I feel like a tropical is so ideal because you just wake up, you go to the pool or the beach, you do an activity, and then you go get dinner, and you're all sun-kissed from the day.
And you can see like if you align on your ideas. Pitch something, you're like, how do you feel about like
scuba diving? And
it's like, that's not for me, respectfully. But like, maybe you could do that while I go to the spa.
Yeah, maybe I'll go sit and read my book, and you go snorkel.
Sounds perfect. Yeah, I know. I know. Katie recently went on like golfing with her boyfriend, Like, I don't know.
After,
like, 18 holes? Like, yeah, that's tough.
No, that's a whole. If you guys need to go listen to Katie's episode on Match Made about this, it's so funny. She didn't realize how long 18 holes of golf takes. She thought it was going to be like an hour, and they were there for 6 hours and got like a soft burn. So that makes me. I'm like trying to learn how to golf right now, but I'm like, maybe I'm like a 9-hole girl.
Yeah, that sounds
We'll
more.
go to the back 9. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
And you got to wear your best golf collars,
Your collared shirt.
collared shirts.
You probably still have some of those from high school. You got.
Yeah, if you don't know, in high school I was required to wear a collared shirt. It wasn't like a uniform, we just had to. So that's, I feel like that's where I got my like very preppy style. Like I was just wearing like all the collars.
But like it's
I loved
chic. It's put together. Yeah.
Like our little Oxfords and our Bermudas to school every day, and we all looked like little adults.
I had every color of those, like the long chino shorts.
Yes,
or whatever
the long chino shorts. It's crazy.
Yes, I was their mom's.
Okay, I think this is so funny. How to respond when a guy or someone says, "You're so hot" or "You're so pretty" in person. We've had this happen to us, like, meeting people. It's like...
Oh, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, not like guys, but like...
Oh, you look so much better in person.
Yeah, like,
you're so much prettier in person.
Or, I think I like to hear that.
Like, I do like to... I mean, it's better than the opposite.
It's better than the opposite.
But even the "you're so hot," I mean, it depends if you're into it or not. Like,
yeah,
because I'm queen of deflection. I'm like, no, you're not.
You're hot.
Yeah. You must be talking about that girl over there.
What, me? Oh no, red panic. No.
But I think that the best way to respond to this is like a confident, like, thank you.
Yeah.
You know?
But, like, I feel good. Or
It's
that's
so
kind
funny.
of weird.
It's so funny.
That, that's where I got it from. I loved in that movie when, like, if you get complimented, instead of deflecting, it's like, thank you, I tried today. Or, like, I feel good, so I appreciate that. But it is kind of like, but it should be that way, but, yeah.
I think if you want to pursue, you have to go for the confident approach. Like, thank you. What's your name?
Thank you so much. I was looking at you across the room, too. No, I'm kidding. That's freaky. I was staring at you, too. You're so hot. Like, I've been so out of the game. Like, I don't know anything.
"You're so hot" is an interesting first line.
I know. That's so
interesting. Actually, I guess that's more... Like, no one's calling anyone, like, beautiful these days, right? Like, you're not like, "Oh, you're so beautiful." Like, I mean, I would like that so much.
Oh, you know what, though? It sounds like she said, "You're so..." Like, he said, "You're so hot" in person. But, like, not, "You're so hot" in person.
Yeah, I took it as...
I didn't take it as that. I took it as, like, "You're so hot in person," but on photos you're not.
The importance of grammar.
The importance of grammar and
punctuation.
Okay, yeah. I would take it. If someone said you're hot, I'd take it then.
Yeah, you say thanks.
You say thanks, yeah.
Unless you're like, I've been there where you're like, not from this person.
Yeah.
Like, no, run away into the crowd.
Oh, you. That's funny. That's funny.
I do. Let's talk about some fun date ideas, because you've been out and about, or just like things to do in the city in the summer. I know everybody's sitting here fanning their face. Thank you guys again for being out here.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I feel like for some reason, we talked about this on the podcast recently, when someone asks you, "Hey, I'm coming to New York, like, what should I do?" And suddenly we forget everything to do. Or if it's a beautiful sunny day, I'm like, I don't know where to go.
I know, but then you complain when it's raining, so what do you want?
And it's like, there are things. I'll be walking around like, oh, we should do that on like a nice day. We should go picnic there. But then when that day happens, you're like, I actually don't remember anything and I don't know what to do. So, we'll talk.
I think TikTok is your best friend with the like
Truly.
ideas. I feel like those people, it's like things to do in New York or whatever. And honestly, I feel like, even though it's hot outside, like sometimes you do want to switch up with an indoor or like museum visit maybe.
Yeah.
Or like a exhibit to something.
Yes.
I like to do.
You're right about the TikTok. Like, you can go on there and look up like day in New York City itinerary, and they'll tell you, start here for breakfast, then go here for a coffee, then walk around this place, then now you're going to be hungry for lunch. Like, that's what I need. Like, tell me where to go.
The full lineup.
The full lineup. So I feel like that's great. I always love actually being over here and meatpacking, so there's always something exciting happening over here.
Or something in the square.
There's a little Gals from the Go podcast happening today. Or like, there's always rooftops, or, going for walks is so fun in New York because there's so much to see, and you get steps in.
Yeah, you did some golf the other day, not mini golf. I do like mini golf though, that's always fun. There's a lot of places now.
There's a lot of places, yeah. We went to Chelsea Piers, it's like a driving range, so if you want to learn to practice, it's 55 minutes, it's the perfect amount of time. And you look at the water too, it's so pretty.
Yeah. Honestly, like a boat, like if you can do like, what is it, the Staten Island ferry is free or something?
Oh yeah, so you just go for a boat ride. No, I actually, that's another thing I've been wanting to do, but I forgot I wanted to do it.
Well, we we've taken the ferry in general,
Yes.
which is great. Like it's
I
nice
take the ferry to Brooklyn sometimes.
Yeah, get over there and then walk around in Brooklyn for the day. Like, that's
Absolutely. There's so much. Or walking the Chelsea High Line. The Chelsea High Line is so stunning. I feel like people forget about it. It's just raised above ground.
I know. I feel like I need to explore.
Oh,
that.
it's one of my favorite places to walk. But sometimes on the weekends it's really busy and like I actually am trying to walk and I'm like skirting through
I
people.
feel like West Side Highway is the more
Yes,
like
that's like we're on a walk.
on a
place.
mission. Like
Yes. There's bathrooms along the way.
Yeah.
Piers.
Can we talk about run clubs? I've been seeing a lot of run clubs recently. I feel like they're like it's a virus. Like that's the new.
My brother just called me the other day and he's like, I'm thinking of joining a run club, but he's doing it to like meet the ladies.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's brilliant, truly.
He cracked the motherboard.
I
He's
know.
in. No, that's really smart. I definitely think it says a lot about a person in a way that they're motivated. They're so incredibly amazing. Does anybody here do run club? I feel like there's got to be some people.
We
Yeah,
see
you're-
some
You're
hands.
incredible.
That's
Wow.
awesome. So you like meet once a week and you go for runs. That's so cool. And you've met people through it, and that's great.
That's so cool.
I love that. I think I saw one on my feed the other day. Like you would wear certain colors based off of your like relationship status too.
What?
Yes.
At the run club?
At the run club. So I think if you're wearing black, you're single.
Oh.
So while you're running, like, hey, what do you do for a living? Like,
I mean, that's definitely smart.
I mean, might as well
kill people.
kill two birds with one
No,
stone.
you always hear the best way to meet people is through. I mean, I met my boyfriend on a dating app, so who am I to give this advice?
Yeah.
But like they say, like activities. And,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, people do like intramural sports. Like,
I know. I really, if anyone has a kickball league in New York, I'd really like to join. So let me know. I just don't really want to set it up.
No, there definitely is.
So if anyone knows a guy, just DM me and I'll be there. Because I feel like kickball is pretty low lift. It's like you just have to kick the ball.
Yeah.
Whereas like baseball, it's like you have to hit it. You know, and that's scary. But
And
kicking, it's like great.
baseball is long.
Baseball's well, it's gotten shorter now because there's new rules. Thank God. At least in like the MLB, but that's how you get me to a baseball game. It's shorter now. So
You're there like for like half a day in the previous. Like I remember going to baseball games.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
you're
here.
preparing. Like you were going out there.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do another.
Oh, okay. We kind of talked about this before. Someone said that they're an introvert that needs to recharge. I felt that. I feel guilty when I stay in or doing nothing and feel like I'm not maximizing my 20s. I feel that too. Like, it's like a weird guilt feeling when you're
Yeah.
like, it's a perfectly beautiful day, or like, I feel perfectly healthy, like, well, I should be out and about, like, or you decline social plans just because you're like, I had a busy week and I just want to like, be alone. I always feel guilty.
Me too.
So,
It's the worst.
How do you balance feeling the need to do everything social while still being like an introvert? Or just feeling like you need that break?
I really struggle with that because I'm a big, like, I love my Saturday days for whatever reason. Like, but Saturday day is like the prime time to be like going to brunch with friends, but for some reason I love Saturday mornings, and then Sundays I'm like ready to socialize again. I don't know how to explain it. So there's times it's like a beautiful sunny Saturday, and I'm like, yeah, you know, hearing about things going on, but I'm like, what's gonna fuel me right now? Like, I always think, am I gonna be fun to be around right now, or am I gonna be like a sourpuss? So that's what I'll say. I'll be like, you know what, I'm not even gonna be fun right now.
Oh,
It's the best excuse. They
It's
can't.
on me.
It's
Yeah.
on. Like they can't even force you. They're like, well, if you're not going to be fun to be around, I don't want you to come to brunch.
I do struggle with that though, because I'll say something like that and people understand it, but then I'm spot like in my own head being like,
Yeah,
oh my
FOMO.
gosh, like I feel like I should be like working on my friendships or like
Yeah.
being, you know,
I
getting
feel
out
that so
there.
hard.
Yeah, but I feel like you have to look internal and like there's definitely sometimes I'm like I could use a lunch with friends.
I could
today.
use a ladies
Yeah.
for lunch moment. Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel like also too on those days that you. One thing I'm bad is like, you're so good at this. You'll say no, and then you're like, I'm not going. But I'll say no, and I'm like, oh, but like maybe I could work, and like then you like toy with someone else's feelings that maybe you'll come, and then you feel it's like no, if you don't want to do it or you don't think you're gonna have the energy, just say no right away, and then stay off social media
to avoid the FOMO.
to avoid the FOMO. Instead, think of JOMO, the joy of missing out.
Yeah, do something to fill up your own cup.
Yeah.
What is that?
For me, it's usually like as long as I'm doing something productive, like if I'm clean, usually it's because I want to clean, because like cleaning makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's so lame.
Sometimes I just want to lay. You know, sometimes I just want to
Be
lay
horizontal.
and like just be alone and enjoy my alone time. You know.
Yeah. Kind of following up on that, I feel like this is a really good piggyback, if you will. Making new friends in New York City or in a big city or wherever you live in your mid-late 20s / feeling like everyone already has a squad, like, honestly, that's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially, like, post-grad or in your 20s, like, maybe some people, everyone moves from, like, they all went to school together and they still hang out with each other. Or, like, for me, I have, like, different friends from different groups that I want to hang. I wish they were all friends, you know?
I feel like you bring them together.
I try. I'm like, you guys will be friends.
You force them. You're like, no, we're all hanging.
We're all going to brunch. Sorry. But, like, you can't always do that. But I feel like back to the making friends. Like, I mean, I talked about this on the podcast and stuff. Like, when I first moved here, I felt so lucky. I was like, I have such great friends here, but I still felt like I didn't have, like, that group chat, you know, to text and be like, what are we doing? And I still don't necessarily have that. I have, like, different friends for, like, different things even. Like, I know my friends that like to go for walks. I know my friends that want to go see a comedy show. Like, whatever it may be. And I think the biggest thing I learned when I first moved here, I literally, like, reached out to some people that I could just tell we should hang out more and we'd be friends. Yeah. And, like, if they say yes, they're down. And if they say no, then, okay, you're like, okay, next, or thank you, next. Like,
thank you, next.
You kind of have to put yourself out there. Like, even, like, I remember freshman year of college, like, straight up, everyone's a freshman. Like, everyone's all there together. We all just moved here. You kind of have to assume everyone's on the same playing field, and they might be happy that you even asked them to hang out.
That's a great point. I feel like I'm kind of struggling with this on the other end. Like, I feel like when I first got to the city, I had my group, whatever, but as you grow up, you know, even just a few years in your 20s makes such a difference of point of life everyone's at. You know, some people are in new relationships, some people are...
The ambulance is here for Brooke.
Oh my God. That was a good one. You're quick with that. I feel like these are literally my
sounds of the city.
Everybody's so cool.
Hope everyone's okay.
Yes. Not even just relationships out. It's just I have like friends that are still like going out.
Yeah.
And like, then I have some that like are toned it back. So I feel like just for me, it's been finding like the pace with that. I don't have a group chat either, by the way. Like that's not. I don't know if that's like.
No, and that's the thing. And the other thing is talking to other people about it, and they're like, wait, same. I feel the same exact way. And then you just kind of feel better. You're like, okay, so we're all in this together. Like, but no, I know it's hard when, like, your friends are in different phases. Like, maybe we have some friends that are newly in a relationship, so they're, like, off in honeymoon land. Or, like, you have friends that are, like, on their fitness grind, and they're, like, not going out. You know, like, there's different strokes for different folks. And everyone's going through their different journeys. So I feel like it's hard when you have friends that are in a different era of life, so you have to find that balance of like, okay, I'm not going to go out with them, but like maybe I'll ask them to go. I keep socializing with people by going for walks, but it's changed.
Well, it's also nice. You spend zero money.
It's free.
Go and get a coffee or something.
Yeah, there's always a coffee in there, a water bottle if you're high.
Yeah, but I think drinks. It's always like okay, like drinks my turn into like you know it's a whole thing. A walk. It's like we just walk.
Yeah. We could just walk and talk, and I feel like walking and talking is less pressure. You don't have to worry about eye contact. Like, I feel like some people don't like to make eye contact.
I just like, honestly, for the longest time, I was like, I'm good on friends. I don't need new friends. I feel like I'm at the point now.
So let's bring them back.
New friends? No, it's a lot of work to be actively making new friends. No one talks about that.
No.
The effort that you have to put it, like a comfortable friendship, you're good. Like, you know,
you're solid.
Whatever. But to actually be like, I want to form a connection with this person. It's like dating. You have to put in some time.
Yeah, and you have to like ask them the boring questions. You have to maybe if they invite you to something that you don't really want to go to. I feel like the first few times you have to say yes because you don't want them to stop inviting you.
Of course,
it's such a struggle. I'm like so
the balance of it all, and just finding out how they fit into your life. Like, is this going to be someone that's really important to you, or maybe it's someone you see once a year? Like it's your 20s. I think that's like your 30s, 40s, everything too. I mean. From what I understand, friendship is, you know, it's a complexity.
I know, and that's the sad thing. Like, as you get older, like, your lives get busier and busier, so I'm, like, trying to lean in as much as I can right now before we're all, like, living in houses, out around the country. Like, I already, so many of my friends obviously don't live here, but I got friends that are getting married, like, it's just... I'm
so dramatic. I thought I moved to Brooklyn, not, like, so far.
Brooke's a Brooklyn girl now, woo-woo!
But I'm like, I feel like I want to make friends in my area now.
Do we have any Brooklyn people here? Anyone live in Brooklyn?
Oh, woo,
hey! You guys can go for walks.
No, seriously, I want to, you know, have people around. Like, I used to live, you know, somewhat adjacent to friends.
You should join or start a book club. Like, for real.
A local meeting, like
like a Brooklyn book club. Wow, I'm, like, obsessed with this.
Free ideas.
Free idea. I feel like that'd be so fun. Like, if I was, you're like an avid reader. Like, I go through spurts, so I wouldn't. We, like, have for the longest time thought about doing Gals in the Go book club, and I'm like, Brooke, I don't know if I finish it.
I was trying to debate, like, the frequency that would be realistic. I was like, a quarterly book, and I was like, all right, a semi-annual book.
Yeah, Brooke's like, let's meet in the middle. You know, semi-annual? I'm like, I think I could do that.
You could do that. No, but that would be fun. Like, or I could just join a book club.
Yeah.
Perhaps I join a local book club.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, or joining one, like...
I know, it would be a lot of work to start my own.
Yeah, it would. It's a lot of admin. Similarly, someone said, feeling confident in new friend groups. This is the worst. Not thinking they secretly hate you if the girls in the group hang out without you. I've had this before with friends where, like, maybe I introduce them and then they hang out without me, and it's like, you want to be that cool girl. It's like, no, it's fine. But, like, wait, no, why wasn't I invited to that? But the way I think about it, because I've been in scenarios, because I'm such an overthinker that I'm like, wait, okay, so me and this person, like, maybe you run into someone on the street. It's like, oh, what are you doing later? Oh, let's get dinner. Like, that's what happens a lot. And then you're not thinking, like, oh, well, I know this person because of this person, so we need to invite that person too. But that's how I think. Like, I'm like, oh, if this person's coming, I have to make sure I invite this person too.
You are very much so good about that. But I will say you make people feel good by doing that.
I know, but it's exhausting.
I know. Sometimes you could tone it back.
Yeah,
for your own sake.
I think for my own, just because then what it is that I expect other people to do it for me, and then I get upset, even though they don't intend that. It's just like, oh, we saw each other at the workout class, and we were asking what our weekend plans were. But it doesn't always have to be that deep. So I think you have to kind of look at it as an outside perspective of being like, if that was me, how would I know? So
yeah, that's like, it's not malicious always. It's like
no,
really just out of circumstance sometimes.
No, I feel like you'll start to get like a true gut feeling if it's something that feels a little.
Oh,
weird.
I totally get that. Should we do a quick
beauty this or that? Yes, we love beauty this or that. This will be so fun. Okay, this or that, toner or face wash? Face wash.
Yeah, face wash. I'm a face wash. I do love a toner as my second step cleansing, but I gotta wash.
Yeah, I feel like the group here is aligned. Like for me, face wash too. Like you said earlier, it kind of wakes you up. You're like, I'm up.
Oh, for sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've also been using the individual towels. I know it's I'm the worst, but they make the experience just so amazing.
I just purchased them because I saw them in your bathroom. Our friend Kat was, so I got those darn. Because if you think about it, this is so bad. I've been washing my face and using my shower towel.
And if you're acne prone, I feel like it's kind of nice. It's fresh, hygienic.
Yeah, feels a little wasteful, but I'm like, you know what? I want clear skin, so sorry.
That's the price.
Yeah,
it's the price. No, it's not actually. Concealer or blush?
Concealer. I mean, come on.
The crowd is saying blush, but
Okay, you must have perfect skin.
Yeah, okay, glass skin.
I do love blush. I feel like blush would be my second. You love blush.
I love blush, but I'm a concealer first girl.
Yeah, Brooke's the type of person, I'm not wearing makeup, but I am wearing concealer. I respect that.
Under eye concealer in 6th grade. That was my first product.
Concealer. The other day I was doing an AM Uncovered, and she called it Cover Up. And it was so wholesome. Because remember when you were growing up, you would say Cover Up? Does anyone still say Cover Up? Like concealer, right? I don't know if it's like TikTok brain. We see all these makeup artists talk about concealer.
I know, but I do identify with.
We grew up saying, "Oh, I'm going to use some Cover Up," which is so cute.
Yeah, that's like what our moms or grandmas. Oh, she'd say you can put on some Cover Up.
Yeah, you can put on some Cover Up and a rouge. Like you're good to go. I'm trying to be a diva.
I feel like Aunt Debbie would say Cover Up.
Oh, Aunt Debbie would for sure say Cover Up.
We should ask her.
We should. Yeah. Like, what do you call the thing that you cover? I'll think of a wording for it.
She's gonna think it's a prank because she thinks that everything you do knows.
No, literally every time I text my Aunt Debbie anything, she's like, "Are you pulling my leg again?" Because I'm always pranking her. If you see she's just so good at prank.
Lip mask or lip scrub?
Lip mask.
Yeah, same. I slather that before bed. When you're a goopy girl.
I
love
give me that fresh lip balm. Just put it all over, and then I go to bed, and you wake up with supple, moisturized lips. Like no problem.
No, the way that I go to bed these days is so tragic. It's
Ben's like, good night. Like you get the heatless curls, and you got your lip balm on, your moisturizer slabbed all over your face.
Yep.
Good night.
Yeah.
I need to beauty sleep.
He's literally unfazed, so he's like, good night.
Good night. No, it just makes sense. Pimple patches or tweezers? I know your answer.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what I would do in a life without pimple patches.
Pimple patches are a great invention too, because I always try not to touch my pimples. So if you put a pimple patch on, you won't touch it.
I came to your apartment today with pimple patches on.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
They stay on. If I'm running errands, they stay on. But I'm seeing more and more people wear them, not just the ones that are a fun shape or whatever, but just clear whatever.
Yeah.
Full face makeup, pimple patch. It's you gotta do what you gotta do.
You have to.
You guys gotta.
Yeah, you gotta clear up the skin too.
So you pimple patch?
I'd say pimple patch. I guess tweezer. I'm more of honestly when I'm doing my brows, I go with the scissors, which is just I'm a trimmer.
What's the strategy?
I brush them up and then I trim. I mean, I also use tweezers, but
oh, it's a whole routine. Okay. All right. Serum or hyaluronic moisturizer?
I mean, obviously hyaluronic moisturizer.
Yeah.
Like, we've learned so much recently how important hyaluronic acid is for your skin and, like, how much it adds in the moisture. We keep saying that, but it's, like, so true. And protecting your skin's barrier is so important. So I love hyaluronic serum or moisturizer.
I do the same. Serum is like an extra, like moisturizer is a must.
Yes, definitely. Mascara or bronzer? I'm going bronzer.
Really?
Yeah, because I get lash lift, so
Oh, you're so...
I'm cheating the system. But for sure bronzer. Oh my god, I feel like when I put on my makeup, I like look scary and I add it back in.
Well, it does add more dimension.
Yeah, it gives you some contour.
Okay.
What about you? Mascara?
I'm gonna go mascara because I like a lot lashy. Like,
Yeah.
look, you know.
I see your bronzer and I'll raise you a mascara.
Both are important to me, though.
Yeah.
You know, I like the full face beat.
You do. I do too. Hydrating face cream or under eye cream? Under eye, I hear someone
Under eye.
said.
I'm an eye cream everyday girly too, but like if I had to choose one, I'm gonna go face.
Me too. I'm going face cream. Like, it just feels like if my skin's dry, I just need to pop it on. I feel better. But
Do you put on eye cream every day?
not every day. I feel like I put it on when I'm not wearing makeup. Like, if I'm having a no makeup day, I put the eye cream on to kind of brighten.
It honestly creates a good prep. Like
It's a good prep.
In the whole
Yeah, I agree. What's next?
Cream blush or powder blush? Oh my god, you want to use both, right? Like, if you want to do the
Lock
cream
it in.
and then the powder, then it's not budget.
It's not moving. I'm loving cream blush right now. Like, truly, it looks so good. It's just like, especially if you're having like a no makeup day, I've been wearing like SPF and then just putting on like a cream blush. Also, if you wanted, you could double up the Fresh Beauty's SLT as a blush. Like, you put it on your lips, but then you can also like bring it around with you and like touch up and put it on your cheeks.
The one that's like a rosy look.
Yeah, it's like a rosy glow. I think that's so cute.
Yeah, so cute.
So, what are you saying? Cream or
I'm gonna go cream as well. I'm just into cream products in general right now. Like in the summer, I feel
cream?
like
Just cream it. It's like glowy. Like, we want to be glowy. We don't need to be matte right now.
But then I always gotta go in with my powder.
Oh yeah, just powder it back in.
And I feel like for the base.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it all starts with the moisturized base. So
Shout out Fresh Beauty.
This was so fun.
How are you guys all feeling right now? How are we doing? Are our spirits high? Can we get like a little woo!
Vibe check.
Vibe check. We always gotta check in, of course. This has been so much fun, and we're so excited. If you're sticking around for the meet and greet, we're excited to meet you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much to the Fresh Beauty team and Sephora. We're just thrilled, truly.
Yeah, this has been a dream come true. Have any of you guys ever come to our live shows? Anybody? If you, okay.
Live show girlies! Oh my god, the live shows are so much fun. This is our first ever, like I said, live podcast taping, so this has been really cool, and we'll never forget this group right here. Class of 2024.
No, I appreciate you guys all coming out in the heat, and everybody deserves to treat yourself home and after this. So we're going to be sticking around. Yeah, we'll do a...
Stick around, like 15 minutes. We're going to do a meet and greet, so we'd love to chat with you guys. And thank you guys so much again. Have a great rest of your day.